What's up, people? This is your boy Levelhead back with another Live and Level Gamers podcast. This is episode 149, pre E3 2018. Our predictions, our thoughts, what we feel like is going to take place next week. We are here. Are you ready, D2K?
I'm ready.
Are you excited?
About E3 or about the podcast?
Either are. I'm just messing with you.
Well, I'm excited. I'm always excited to be on the podcast.
But yeah, man, so we are basically days away from the most coveted, or one of the most coveted gaming events of the year, and that's E3. There's a whole bunch leaking out now. There's a lot of things being announced today. But we're here to talk about all that. K-Bum 20 will be here shortly, probably another 10 minutes. If you're in the comment section, sound off. Let me know who's down here. I'm going there right now. So let me know who's in the comment section. And I try to shout you out. Once I get there, I got to get here first. But yeah, man, continuing from what we was talking about before we started, yeah. LeBron hurt my heart yesterday, people. Yes, he did. He hurt my heart. He didn't do what he needed to do. But I'm still rolling with the ship, man. I'm going down with the ship. I ain't gonna cry.
Well, shoot, you should have heard the Miz stay talking about it. He was hyping up. He almost had an aneurysm talking about, we gonna take game 4, we gonna take game 5, we gonna take game 6, game 7, we win the championship. Like, dude, calm down.
I saw some of it. I saw a little bit of it. I couldn't watch it. I just had to. Because first of all, Stephen A. Smith gets on my nerves now. I have lost. Because to me, Stephen A. ain't been. It's like Stephen A. is doing stuff for ratings now.
He's a puppet.
Yeah, he's a puppet, and it is like he just became what Skip Bayless was on that show. And when I can literally see arguments that Stephen A. Smith makes now that he clearly would not have made 2 years ago, he was saying that the exact opposite when Skip was there. He was the exact opposite of what he's saying now. And it's like, dude, where did you go from sounding like Max Kellerman to now you sound like Skip when it comes to LeBron?
Because they're reading from a script.
Right, it's scripted. And it just proved itself that it was scripted. And I'm like, dude, I think that's what Skip is. I think that's part of, I believe Skip believes what he believes, because you don't say that about LeBron as much as he says it and don't believe it. But I also know that it's a part of Skip's tactics for the show and ratings is to throw as much shade at LeBron and different individuals that he can to generate, ratings and get
people. He does the same thing on his show too. He throws a shade at LeBron. You got what's his name? Shannon. He's a crotch rider for LeBron.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the whole setup,
But theirs come off, even though I like Shannon Sharp. I can't stand Skip either. But I'll be honest, Skip and Shannon's back and forth come off more authentic than what Stephen A. to Max. It seems like Stephen A. is just intentionally saying stuff to generate a conversation.
Stephen A. Smith is a caricature of himself.
Yeah, he unchanged, man.
That's pretty much what it is. Shannon, he's got his own style that could be a caricature if you want to look at it that way, but he does come across as more genuine.
Yeah,
when he breaks things down. But he's reading from the script too. He's a puppet.
Yeah.
Just like y'all are. They all got a puppet. He's doing a better job of selling it, quote unquote.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, because I'm buying into what he's selling, but I can't do Stephen A. no more. Anyway, but yeah, man. So yeah, I don't know if old boy was on one today or not, but I just hope we pull out and get one. But anyway, I ain't talking about that. We ain't come talk. It's E3, people. But yeah, so what's been good, man? What's been going on? Before we get into this talking and conversation and stuff.
No, I've just been working, just busy, working on stuff.
Okay.
That's about it. Nothing out of the ordinary.
All right. Now, man, I've been trying to get my studio stuff back up and running, man. Just bought some more equipment that I'm gonna be getting here soon, and just getting everything prepped and ready to go so I can start getting back into my groove of music and all that stuff. So same thing is starting to fall into play. I got the wife in agreement, so I can make some moves right
well,
right now.
That's the first thing that has to be in line is that, you know.
I had to be like, look, I got to get this, I got to get that. She looked at me, is like, gave me that nod to go ahead and do what you got to do. So your boy getting it all done. But anyway, so for me, yeah, that's what I've been on, getting the studio back up and running. What else? Watching LeBron hurt my heart. What else? That's about it. So anyway, what you been gaming on?
I haven't been gaming on much because I've been too busy for gaming. You know, just playing the normal stuff. I've been playing a lot of Halo Wars 2. Playing the campaign of it, and I'm starting to warm up to it a little bit. At first, I was like, I'm not sure about this, but after I started playing the campaign, start getting used to the new controls and everything, it's starting to come back. It's starting to feel like Halo Wars a little bit. I'm still at close to the beginning. It's not. I haven't gotten that far in the game, so I don't know what's waiting for me at the end, but. It's kind of cool. I mean, you know, they mentioned Master Chief a couple of times in the storyline and stuff, which is kind of cool. And graphically, it's a little bit better, but you know, you can see that there's a lot better in terms of attention to detail of the effects of the bullets and the fire and stuff that's going on when the troops are fighting on the field, and things seem to move a lot faster. So it's kind of fun. But still not as good as the original, but it's growing on me. Okay.
No, man, I got a chance to play that Mario Aces tennis ace, and ain't that how you say it? Mario Ace tennis. I don't know how you say it.
I have no idea.
I don't know if the ace come before the tennis or the tennis come before the ace.
I think the aces is at the end.
Okay. Well, I played it, man, and I'm just gonna be honest, bro. This game is definitely good. It really is. It's really good. And I've heard this it kind of described in this tournament just like a fighting game. I've heard two or three different people say it like that. Red Knight, he used that same way of describing it, but I heard somebody else use that same way of describing the game. It doesn't feel like you are just playing tennis and trying to, you know, score. It's like you're trying to damage the person on the other side. And it's very technical. Like
so it's kind of like strikers in a sense.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I'm be honest. I've never really played strikers. I played it, but not enough to say that I never owned it, put it like that. So I played it over others' houses and watched it being played, but I've never owned it to give my full assessment of how the game is played. I don't know how it really feels, but I would say yes, it got like a striker's feel to it. But man, it's way more technical and way more integral than I thought it would be. Like there's a depth to it that I didn't think would be there, a strategy to it that I didn't think would be there. And I'm not gonna front. For the first few games, it was overwhelming. Like I was like, man, this is too much to remember. It's just too like you have trick plays, special moves. Like let's say the person you facing off with, let's say it's Peach or Waluigi or whoever, and he hits the ball to the total opposite side that you're on. Well, there is a move you can do, a special move or the trick move where your character would dash, like Mario would do this cartwheel, this flip, and he'll flip over there to hit the racket. Waluigi a moonwalk over there, and time will slow down, and he'll moonwalk over there, and other characters would, Peach. I can't remember how Peach does it, but each character had this unique way. Bowser had all of them had this unique way, like Bowser go into his shell and spin like you know, in like a Mario Kart when the blue shell coming around, he'd go into a shell and spin like that, and it would literally do it would stop time and give them time to get over there. But you got this gauge, this meter that's literally giving you like you can power it up to do your special, or you can use it like Street Fighters. You can use it to do smaller specials. It's however you want to use your meter. So you can either work it and fill it up so you can do your grandiose shot, or you can use it and do special moves to keep you in the game. So it never fills up, but as you keep volleying back and forth, it builds up and it gives you these special moves and special tricks. But D2K, I mean, literally overwhelmed for the first. I was getting my butt handed to me. Some people to be this good within hours of playing the game, the level of skill some of the people were showing at this game didn't make any sense.
Now, does this kick in automatically, or do you have to do a move in order to initiate that sequence when they do that?
It's triggered. Okay, so you got 3 different ways you can hit the ball. You got your regular strike, you got a trick strike, I would say, and then you got a speed or a speed strike where you trying to hitting it with fire, and then you have that what if you like when Mario does the flip, that's the L. I think that's either the L or the R trigger, L or RZ, something like that. You hit that, and he'll flip over there. But this is the tight thing about it. You just can't hit it, and he go wherever no. You got to literally push the analog stick to wherever that ball is and hit it. So if the ball is behind you, you got to push back and he'll flip backwards. So you can mess up and push the analog stick the wrong way, and he'll flip to the other side. But long as if he hit it and you flip it, he'll get there, and you'll be able to hit the ball back to the person you're playing against. But you literally have to be paying attention, and when you hitting the ball, you aiming as well. Like when you just going back and forth, I didn't realize this. I can literally aim where the ball is going. If I want the ball to go to the right, I hold my analog stick to the right. If I want my ball to go forward, just in front of me, I push it forward. If I wanted to go to the left, I hold it to the left. And it's in a 3, I guess a 180 type of degree. You hold it wherever you hold it, it's going to go. What I was doing was just hitting the ball. I wasn't aiming nowhere. So when I hit the ball, it just went forward. And the person I was playing had me running all the back and forth on my side, trying to hit his ball or her ball back. And when I hit it, I'm just hitting it. And I wasn't directing it. So I started directing it, making them kind of have to run and chase and use their specials. And bruh, I mean, it was the depth in it was actually stunning to me. It was stunning how deep it was. And I ain't even scratched the surface. There was moves I couldn't even do. Like I just didn't have the skills to do it. Like there's one move where you can run to the ball. You can like if you like Bayonetta with Witch Time, you can slow up time. And if they hit a certain type of like they hit a lob to you, it'll create a target on your side to where if you run there and if you dash there and hold down L, you would jump up and do a more aggressive slam. It ain't your special, but it's in between one of your like a special and a harder shot, and you can literally aim where it's going to go on the other side, and you literally got to aim it to where you're going to go. You can either aim it if you only got a certain amount of time to do it in, and it was just too much to remember for me. I was like, dude. It literally does feel like a Tekken or Street Fighters. The way that it's asking you to play, feel like you gotta remember how to manipulate the controller. And it's like I said, it's deeper than what you think. And was surprising that a game like that with that much depth, with the type of skin that it has. With Mario characters will come out from Nintendo. That's not normal. It's
well, if you remember the last tennis game they had for the Wii U, a lot of people were complaining that the game lacked depth. And I guess Nintendo listened and they said, okay, touche. So we'll go back to the drawing board and we'll give you something that does have a little more depth into it. And based on what you're telling me, it seems like they did that in spades.
Yeah, man, look, it was so deep that I was like, K-Bun, it was so deep, this is the type of game K-Bun will get into.
We'll ask him when he gets here, but
he hasn't played it. I don't think he played it yet. But it's Madden deep. It's deep, man. It's like, dude, how you expect kids to remember all this? So,
well, I mean, it's a lot of that's probably muscle memory too. I mean, this is something you're not accustomed to with a tennis game, period, or a Mario tennis game. So once you played it a couple of times, a lot of stuff that you're trying to figure out how to do, you'll just do instinctively. You know?
Right. It's
just like Smash Brothers. There's a lot of technical aspects of Smash Brothers.
That's why I have trouble with Smash Brothers, because it is so technical, and I haven't figured out. Like Street Fighters, to me, I know how to do the Hadouken, the roundhouse, the uppercut, all the moves. I know how to do it. With Smash Bros, it's integral like that, but it's a different type of how you gotta manipulate the controller that I just ain't grasped yet. I play it, but I ain't good at it, and I'm scared and fearful that the same scenario is going to play itself for me in Mario Aces. That I'll be able to play it, but I won't master it. And I don't like that thought. I'm like, no, I don't want to be on the losing end of Mario 10. I mean, I was getting waxed, bro. I'll make it past the first round. I feel like I got the hang of it. Get to the second match and get thrashed, because they have a special character. They have a chain chump, or they have some other special character. And you seem like, man, ain't nothing I can do with them with this person. So I played that. Also, so I think that comes out on the 22nd of this month. That's definitely day one purchase.
If they can keep that up and do more sports games exactly like that, bring back strikers and do some other sports, some basketball, some football. They do have the same aspect to it. They might be onto something there.
Yeah, I mean, and Cornell, you're right. That kids are smarter than some of them. But I'm looking at my daughter, who is used to playing Wii Sports. She gonna have a hard time. She gonna have a hard time adjusting to the learning curve and like I said, she played it. And a few of my losses was actually her, because she can hit the ball back, but it just required more of your attention. It required a lot of quick reflexes. You had to know which way to hit the ball back, because it's also color coded. Like if they hit a certain ball, like you got your fast ball, your power ball. I mean, you got your regular stroke, your power stroke, your trick stroke. I think you got a lob. And all of them are color-coded. So determining what was hit to you, you just can't hit certain things back. It'll mess you up. So you gotta figure out, okay, if he hit, I gotta hit it back a certain way. And like one person kept stunning me. He hit me, and he literally would hit me so hard, D2K, that it would throw me off my rhythm, and I couldn't move it to stun me. And so when the ball went back to him, he hit it in another place, but I'm still stunned on my side, and he'll score. That's why I say it's like a fighting game. Because if you do it right, you can break their rack. And if you break their rack twice in a match, it's KO. You lose automatic. So
I see some potential with this game based off of what you're telling me.
Look, I thought it was gonna be a casual, take a few of your hours away. No, man, it's Splatoon level. It's deeper. It's up there in that Splatoon, Mario Kart, Smash Brother. This would definitely have people playing for a while. It ain't ARMS. It ain't ARMS. It's definitely a game that people are going to sleep on when they play it. they're going to be surprised by the depth of it. And I mean, because it shocked me. I wasn't expecting that level of detail, that level of depth in such a game that seems to be geared towards a casual experience. And the more I played it, the more it challenged me and made me want to pick it back up again. Like, no, I got to master this. And it kept pulling that competitive aspect out of me. And I was like, man, this is crazy, bro. So definitely a good game. Also downloaded Shaq Fu. Is it what is that? The new Shaq Fu. Because I had bought that NBA Playgrounds. And since they had so many issues with on the Switch, everybody that bought it in that time frame gets Shaq Fu for free. So I downloaded Shaq Fu. Was just actually playing it, and it's nothing but a beat 'em up. It's a cheap side scrolling beat 'em up. Nothing special. It's not bad. It's not great. I can see this as a game that if you out at the store with your wife and you ain't got nothing to do, you could just to burn some hours, some time. You can burn a few minutes playing that. But it ain't. It's funny at parts. It got some good commentary. I mean, some dialogue, but it's also corny. Shaq definitely can't act. Shaq, I don't know what's wrong with Shaq. Shaq don't sell nothing he says. It's kind of corny, a little stereotypical, like a lot of stereotyping with ethnical stereotypes and stuff like that. But they're definitely worth free. It's definitely worth downloading for free. I don't think I would have dropped any bones on it though. But those are 2 games I played. That's been about it, man. Them 2 games I played. So definitely Mario Kart Aces was a highlight for my weekend last weekend. And I'm looking forward to that game coming out on the 22nd.
It may have them a new go-to IP to put in the library, something that'll be a staple going forward.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to see why they was pushing it like they was. At first, I thought this was just a filler. This is not a filler title. That game definitely has a uniqueness to it and a depth to it that will surprise most. Like I said, I can see K-Bum literally getting off into that game and really feeling it, just how deep the learning curve is.
Now, can you use when you're hitting the volleys, are you using the analog or are you using the motion control?
When you hitting the volleys, each one is mapped to a different button, like the X, A, B, and I guess the X, Y, B, A. Each one has a particular hit, pin to it. So I think A is just your regular hit. B is I think B is the trick hit. If I remember, I ain't got the controller in front of me. I think X or Y is your fast hit, the purple, and then I think the volley is X when you knock it up in the air and you go real high. So they all map, but then you control where it go with the analog stick. So where you want it to land is controlled with the analog stick, but each button has its own type of hit.
So this game doesn't have motion control.
No, I don't think it. Not what I played anyway. I think it has motion control, but not in the tournament setting. That I don't think it uses motion control there. I think you could use motion control in casual play. Because I think they showed a scene where they was using hitting it with with motion, but on the skill levels, I don't think so.
Okay.
So it like I said, man, it's something I think K-Bum would actually, if he gave it a try, would be shocked at.
You think so?
I do. Are you in? Okay, let me ask this: are you into Smash?
Yeah, I like Smash.
I mean, I know you like Smash. I'm talking about the depth of it, like the learning curve of Smash. Oh, let me use Mario Kart. Do you feel like Mario Kart has a learning curve to it that draws you in?
I think there's a learning curve to Mario Kart, and I haven't caught on to it yet. But yeah, there's a learning curve, especially when the different vehicles have a learning curve to them.
Okay, well, I would say the learning curve to Mario Kart doesn't even compare to the learning curve in Aces. Like it ain't. It Aces make Mario Kart straight casual. It had me over. I could not. I was so rattled trying to figure out what shot to hit back, because you're trying to trick the person you playing against. You're trying to get them off guard. You're trying to break their rack. Are you trying to stun them? Are you trying to build up your meter? And it just took a lot of energy to where it became way more competitive than just a casual, I'm gonna hit the ball back to you and I just happened to do something and miss. No, he was making me use everything that I knew to use. And if you watch any other there's a few people that got some gameplay up. I would say watch a few matches, especially some of them higher level skill set, the ones who has, and watch what they're doing and tell me that don't shock you some of the stuff you saw in that. Like, and how you do it ain't no just push a button and you do it. It's combinations. You got to hold this button and this button to do that. You got to push this button and this button and run to do that. It's crazy combinations to it. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it in the timing that I would need to do it. I just didn't have the timing down to do certain hits. Like I couldn't.
Now is it free to download?
Well, yeah, it's free to download the demo, but the demo was only from the 1st to the 3rd. And I think they're going to have another opportunity to play it before the game launches on the 22nd. So, but yeah.
Of June?
Of June. So it comes out on the 22nd of June. That's why I was telling you, man, I was like, dude, you need to go download this game. That's why I sent it to us like, this will get K-Bum's attention. This will get you. I think this will get you. It's the competitor level that I think will get you. Like, it ain't as deep as Madden, but it's Madden-esque in its technical aspects, if that makes sense. You ain't just going to come in and just play casually and hold your own. It's like Street Fighters or Tekken. You got to know how to do the moves. So that's what I would say. But anyway, what you been gaming on, bro?
Life, bruh. That game is hard.
You still moving?
Yeah, man. I'm still moving. Man, I don't know, man. Just you find out how much stuff you got when you move, bruh. So that's what I've been going through.
Yeah, you find out how much you got, especially in like when we bought this house. And we moved from the apartment she had the apartment, and I just moved in with her. And then we moved within a year. I bought this house, and because I was sharing an apartment with my brother, and I didn't have nothing but a TV and video games and a bed. I didn't think she had much, but when we started to moving and stuff, I was like, Jesus, how you get all this up in a 2-bedroom apartment? So I can only imagine what y'all had in y'all house, because you had a full house. So,
yeah, it's a full house, man. But I don't even know where my game's at. I got my PS4 hooked up, but I gotta find out where my Switch at, and my controllers, and my adapters, and my plugs, and my.
You would lose the Switch. You ain't lose that photo. Look at.
Oh no, I personally packed that bad boy.
Oh, so you let somebody else pack the Switch? Y'all hear him, folks. He entrusted somebody else to the Switch, but he made sure he packed up the phone. I'll tell you the truth, boy. Go ahead, K-Bub.
Oh, that's absolutely right. I won't even deny that claim. I put that bad boy back in the box. I carried it like, in the movies where they have the briefcase. What's that? Handcuffed to the wrist. That's
football.
It's one of them things. Nah, player, you can't touch this bad boy. I told everybody going somewhere. This is mine.
So did you have movers, or did you and your family pack up?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of your switch gone. I'm agreeing with I agree with Cornelius. Your stuff gone, man.
Yeah, it's no, it's I know where it's at because I put it in had one of those ottomans that you can put stuff in.
Oh, okay.
And it was going to my basement, so I put it in the ottoman because it was able to fit. I actually used the carrying case that I bought.
I'm to come through there. We supposed to be coming up to go to Incredible Pizza in the zoo. I'm gonna have to make a special trip to get over there and check you out, man.
Bruh, I just got that new TV.
I don't want to hear about your new TV.
You thought my other TVs was something?
Well, I already got I'm good.
You don't got me on this one now.
I come up and see your little LG. I see it.
Bruh.
I ain't worried about it.
Bruh.
I'll check you out.
God of War 4K HDR 65 inches.
I want to see that because I ain't get a chance to experience it in 4K.
Bruh. That's all I gotta say, man. It's like I was looking at the screen, like, man, this is like I wasn't crying, but my eyes were crying. That's how beautiful it was.
Now, have you beat God of War yet, man? Can we talk about the ending yet? Or are we still not?
Nope. I am. I believe I'm like on the last couple of hours of it. I finally got a chance to play, man. Was because I wanted to see how it looked in 4K. And so I finally got a chance to play a little bit, and I think I'm on like the last pieces of it.
Okay, well, go ahead. I'm taking up your time. What you can tell what you've been.
No, man, just that's it, man. I played God of War on 4K to see what it looks like, and it is. Whew, okay, there's a difference between 4K and then what I was playing on beforehand. There's a difference. And like that's pretty much Madden just to keep up with the daily challenges. That's it.
Okay.
I haven't really played anything else. Overwatch, like 1-2 game, like 3 games a week. Because I get the hour of free time, I play, and then I go to bed.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, hey, that's the mover's life. You know, you unpacked up and moved on up. Now you're in the big leagues. No, this is messing. But anyway, let's get into it. So next week is the week. You know, I think doesn't it start on the 12th or the 13th?
Starts on Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Now, what's popping off on Sunday? Is that I know some tournaments are popping off, right?
I don't know about that. I haven't heard about that.
I thought Nintendo was doing like they Smash tournament. I thought that was starting on Sunday. Something starting on Sunday. Is it Microsoft?
Microsoft's Bethesda and EA are on Sunday, I believe.
Doggone it, man. Y'all interfering with the game, man.
Well, all this stuff is all most of the stuff is on earlier in the day. I don't think anything is coming on late at night that when the game will be on, as far as I know. I know Microsoft's let me look.
Yeah, look it up. Let's talk about Microsoft because rumor mill and sources are saying, and it looked because Keith once sent it to us. No, it was K-Bum. It was K-Bum who sent it. Me and Keith just reacted to it. But it looks like Crackdown 3 has been delayed to 2019. And go ahead, K-Bum. Go ahead, bro.
For what?
I have no idea.
For what? It's delayed, but for what?
I don't know, man. Even to me, when did we see Crackdown? We saw Crackdown did we see Crackdown the second year of the Xbox One or the first year? I want to say the first.
I want to say the second.
It was the second year.
It was
at least the second year. It wasn't nowhere near the first.
They were talking about the cloud computing still, so I think it's the second year.
And that came out it came out in 2013, right?
I think that was 2015 that we first heard about Crackdown, if I can recall.
Was it 15 or 14?
I think it was 15.
Okay.
Maybe 14. I don't know.
Yeah, because that'll be the second E3 of the. I think we saw at the second E3 or the E3 after it released, we saw Crackdown. So that would be 14. So you telling me you were supposed to be releasing Crackdown, what, a year after you showed it?
Yeah.
With the cloud gaming and all this stuff. And here it is, 2018. And you still ain't ready to bring it out? Like, Is it just time to let this game go?
Yeah. The schedule is as follows. On Saturday, EA will be having their show.
Oh, so it starts tomorrow. It starts Saturday.
Saturday, so it'll be 2 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. in Central time.
Yeah, that's that EA Play, where they actually show off the games and play the game. That starts Saturday.
Sunday will be Microsoft, which will be at 4 p.m. Eastern time.
That's not bad.
Bethesda is coming on at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time.
So that's 8 my time. That's the NBA, but I don't even know if I'm watching LeBron.
We're not gonna go there. But Devolver Digital, I have no idea who that is. That's 11 p.m. Eastern time. Monday, Square Enix, 1 p.m.
Sony that night, right?
Ubisoft will be at 4 p.m. This is all Eastern time.
Okay.
Sony is coming on at 9 o'clock. They're usually going real late. So
that's 8 o'clock my time. Okay.
Right. And of course, Tuesday was Nintendo. That'll be 12 p.m. Eastern time, which is a little bit later than what Nintendo normally does. They usually go on at 10 Central time, where I am, or 9.
So let's go. When is Ubisoft? You said Ubisoft already, didn't you?
Ubisoft is Monday.
Okay. Well, let's start with EA. We'll get to Microsoft let's go with the first one. So what are you expecting? And I throw this since K-Bomb muted, I throw this at you first, D2K. What are you expecting from EA? Because we have already seen Battlefield. We know Anthem is coming. So what you expecting from EA?
More of that. more Battlefield, more Anthem, because we haven't really seen any of it since they revealed it last year. So they're going to show a whole lot more of it this year, I would imagine. Of course, there'll be Madden, FIFA, that stuff. There'll be a car. Oh, no, that's Microsoft. We'll talk about that later. They'll probably address the whole microtransaction DLC things and try to come up with something to try to say, okay, we're not really evil. We're gonna do something to look out for the gamers or something like that. Basically, damage control. There's gonna be a lot of damage control from EA during their conference. I haven't really heard any rumors about anything that they're coming out with, so I can't really speculate on what I think they might be doing. EA is one of those companies that likes to milk things to death. If they can afford to do it, they will. So I don't really see anything special coming from EA, to be perfectly honest with you.
K-Bon, what any prediction, anything you think gonna happen with EA outside of what D2K have already echoed?
Let me chew on this Oreo real quick. Hold on.
That's important.
Sorry, bro. I was eating dinner. Just trying to finish up that Oreo I just had. Okay. We talking about EA.
Yeah.
I guess he's trying to say that Oreo is more important than EA's conference.
It might be because they don't. All right. So what I expect from EA, I expect them to showcase some Anthem. I expect this to be their big seller. They got to get people hyped and amped and ready to go for Anthem. I still don't think it does it drop this year or is it next year? Is it this year?
I don't really remember what them said. Them giving an actual release date for it.
Yeah, then I'm almost certain it's going to be next year if they haven't, because EA likes to get that hype train going, and they're not going to run Anthem right against Battlefield. They won't do that. And Battlefield comes out around the Call of Duty time frame. So Anthem would probably be Mass Effect time frame. So next March probably.
I don't know. I mean, I
think either Mass Effect time frame or Destiny summer release time frame. That's what I think. But so I think they're going to showcase some Anthem. They're going to talk about that, talk about the graphics, probably talk about a lot about the graphics, and then some more about the graphics, and then give us a little bit about gameplay, a little bit about the story, because it's probably just a game about graphics. I mean, that's how they've been talking about it, but they showed at Microsoft last year. They talked about the 4K and blah, 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 and 18 teraflops or whatever they were saying. So I'm not expecting anything big from them except for that. You're going to get the usuals, FIFA and Madden. I am interested in Madden this year because the creative director left, and they got a new creative director from Blizzard. And he has a kind of a different point of view about video games, and so he's bringing some of that Blizzard magic over to Madden. So I'm excited to see
Madden Battle Royale. No,
you're probably not too far from the truth, to be honest with you. I do expect if EA announces anything, I expect it to be kind of a Me Too announcement. It's kind of like what you're saying about the Battle Royale, that, hey, we can do this too. So any new game, I don't think it's going to be creative. I don't think it's going to be new. I think it's going to be like kind of a Me Too. If anything, we haven't heard anything from a Plant vs. Zombies in a while.
I've heard rumors about that.
So
I think again? What you just said?
Plants vs. Zombies.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that.
That's also a March release. One of those spring release games that doesn't fight against Battlefield.
Oh, I just Tony McNeil in the comment section just mentioned it, but another rumor that I heard was a possible Titanfall Battle Royale.
Yeah, I did hear about that. I did hear rummaging of a they think that's gonna happen.
But why though?
I don't believe it, but I did hear something like that. I don't believe that's gonna happen. But do y'all feel like there's gonna be any new IPs, or is Anthem or will it just be Anthem?
I think there will be, but like I said, I think it's gonna be a Me Too type of thing. It may be a new IP, but it won't be a new idea. If you know what I'm saying? The IP may be new, but the idea of what they're trying to do may not be new.
Well, if it's going to be a Me Too thing, then it probably will be a Battle Royale thing, because that's where everybody seems to be jumping on right now.
Yeah. Do you think that they're going to add like a Battle Royale type of feature into the Battlefield?
No, absolutely not.
No?
Absolutely not.
Don't think they saving that for maybe? No. Ain't that what Call of Duty doing?
But that's different, though. EA do try to stick to reality when it comes to their Battlefield games. They do like to ground themselves. So I don't see the point of the Battle Royale in the way they make their online shooter. If anything, I think they have to be something different to do that.
All right. So basically we're gonna see Madden, FIFA, NBA Live, Need for Speed.
No, you're not seeing. You better not see NBA Live.
NBA Live, Need for Speed.
You better not see no NBA.
You gonna see NBA Live? Come on.
You know you gonna see NBA Live, especially after what NBA 2K did last year. They flopped, man. It was across the board. Even you said it was a crappy game.
Everyone says it's a crappy game. You can almost ask anyone that played 2K.
Right. So I definitely see think they're gonna see. So we're gonna see all them games.
So okay, level. Everyone who said NBA 2K was a bad game, I guarantee you none of them playing live.
They're just playing NBA 2K.
What about
they're just playing 2K, but just being mad at it.
What about bringing back Fight Night? Is that what it is? Fight Night? What about?
I would love for them to do that.
About Fight Night, I'm trying to remember what I heard. Oh no, that was Fight Night going to what is that? Fight Night was going to the Xbox catalog, whatever. They're not going to do Fight Night yet because they just released UFC, and UFC took the place of Fight Night.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, they I don't know. I guess maybe there's not enough boxers out there that are well known to sell it anymore. I mean, the most well known boxers, quote unquote, retired. but you only got a couple of fighters here and there that people actually know who they are. So it wouldn't really be a big seller for people who aren't hardcore boxing fans. And to be perfectly honest with you, UFC is drifting in that same direction. So we'll see how long that train lasts with them.
Okay. So let's move on then, because we pretty much know what we're going to see for them. We're going to see a long graphical trailer of Anthem with little to no gameplay or fake gameplay. Do y'all think we're going to see a graphical downgrade with Anthem? Or do you think it's going to stay what it looked like now?
I don't know. I think that they may be able to pull it off.
I don't see why they can't do it. You know, I mean, if for one, with the partnership, you know, whether it's a partnership under the table, whatever, the partnership that they have with Microsoft, I would imagine that whatever we saw was legit and was all running off a PC at the time, but it probably will not be that much of a stretch to get it to look pretty close to that on the Xbox One X. So what they're probably going to be showing will be running off the Xbox One X, maybe the PS4 Pro, but you know, I think that they can. There's no reason why they can't pull those graphics off. You know, that's where we are pretty much. It's not that impossible to do these types of things anymore because the hardware is starting to catch up. So somewhat, you know.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So you don't think we're gonna get a Watch Dogs situation? Hopefully not.
EA is not really known for doing that, so I don't really see that happening.
Okay, so let's move on. So Microsoft, let's get back to this. We kind of started here. Crackdown 3 is officially, well, not officially, but strongly suggested or rumored that it's delayed to 2019. I mean, everybody's announcing it, so it seems to be, you know, a lot of smoke there. So I'm thinking there is some actual fire. So does this hurt your expectations, or does it? I don't. I was trying to hold a straight face.
What? I can't believe you just asked that question.
Does this hurt your expectations for what they showed? Or do we see Crackdown if they delayed it, or do you think we're gonna see it? If the rumor is true?
Bruh.
Okay, I'll leave that.
Did you just say the delay of Crackdown 3? Did that hurt our expectations of Microsoft and their press conference? Can you name me one person, anyone in the comment section, anyone who listens to this podcast 5 years from now? Can you leave in the comment if you were so excited and now you're hurt that Crackdown was delayed? Can you please show yourself and tell me you're that person?
I can name a few people that would probably be hurt by the announcement, but they don't listen to this podcast. But, so, with that being said, though, like, we kind of talked about Microsoft the last podcast, but we said Perfect Dark. We said they need to bring back some of those rare titles. They need to create nostalgia. But from what I'm hearing, their press conference is 2 hours long.
I feel like SpongeBob. 2 hours later. I don't know what they're going to do with that time. They got to have something up their sleeve. I guess that's what all the delaying of games is what they've been working on, but you got to show me something, bro.
So we know we're going to see Fortnite. I mean, we know we're going to see, what is that? The racing game.
Forza.
Horizon. I mean, not her. What is it, D2K?
Yeah, Forza Horizon.
Yeah, Forza. We're going to see Forza. We know we're going to see that. What else we going to see?
Well, that's the only thing that we know we're going to see. We hope to see a lot of things, but we don't know what we're going to see because their first party situation is very shaky. I mean, people are hinting that we might see Gears of War 5. People are hinting that we might see Halo 6. I heard a rumor today that we might be seeing either a remake or a sequel to Cameo on the Xbox, which is
Cameo. Was that an Xbox 360 launch title?
I believe that was on
A
the
launch
regular,
window.
Was it on the regular Xbox? Or was that an Xbox 360? I'm not sure.
I think that was 360 launch window. Yeah, I think I'm 360.
I know. Originally, it was supposed to have been a GameCube game that was in development for the GameCube before Microsoft bought Rare from Nintendo. But I heard about that. There's rumors about Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
Coming back, and there's rumors. This is something that I've been hearing a lot of, and I don't know why, but I keep hearing a lot of this, is that there are rumors that Microsoft might be revealing some new piece of hardware and or software, type of thing at their conference. And that could be why it's 2 hours long. Now, if they're releasing some new type of hardware, not necessarily a next-gen console, but something else.
HoloLens? No, they ain't gonna.
Nope. Try again.
Well, I mean, I don't know what it could be. The only thing I could think of would be some type of a handheld or something. I know what they should do is that going forward, I think what Microsoft should do is take a page out of Nintendo's book and not make a handheld console, but leverage what they do best and make their next console a hybrid of that. Instead of making just a regular console, make a hybrid console / PC.
But I mean, at this point, with the Xbox One X, the Xbox One Slim S, and the Xbox OG, like, okay, let me put it like this. With the delay of Crackdown, Microsoft has no major first party titles coming out this year
that we know of.
So they literally have to be at this current state. What if they announce something? I don't think they announced it at E3 and it come out in a AAA title come out this year first party wise. Do you think?
Well, it depends on how long it's been in development. I mean, we don't know how long it's been in development. It's the same thing. We'll talk about it more later when we get to Nintendo. But just like Metroid, we don't know how long Nintendo's been working on Metroid.
Right. We don't know how long they've been working on it, but we know that Metroid is being worked on. I'm saying at this present time, Crackdown is moving. We know of no other games even coming. So to theorize that they got a new device, like what you was describing, is like, what would sell it though? They ain't got no games, bro.
No. I'm not.
I know you're not. I'm just saying.
I'm talking about in the future. I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about their next gen console, like around 2021 or whenever they probably release it. That's what they need to do. They need to come out with a console that basically does everything that the PC can do and does everything that a regular console can do. So you have the best of both worlds. In the same way with the Switch, you have some of the things that a home console can do and some of the things that a portable console can do, but it's enough to satisfy the install base Nintendo has. They understood their install base and they said, this is what we need to do to leverage our install base and our fan base the most. We do best when we're doing portable stuff. That's where we've made the most money. That's where we sold the most, hardware and software. So our home console should reflect that. And that's the reason why the Switch is working for Nintendo today. And that's what Microsoft needs to do. That's where they shine, is when it comes to PCs and computers and things of that nature. So everybody just needs to settle in their own lane. Nintendo does the portable stuff. Sony does the hardcore console stuff. Microsoft does the PC stuff. That's what they should do.
Okay.
In my opinion.
K-Bump?
What are we still talking about Microsoft?
Add to this Microsoft, like,
I'll ask something. They said Crackdown was shown in 2014. I just saw an article.
Yeah.
14. 14, bruh.
So that kills the whole situation with Sony announcing games that we don't see for 3 years. Crackdown, it's going on 5.
Okay. Let me say this. All right. It's hard to guess rumors for Xbox right now because either they are playing it close to the chest and they have something really amazing to show us for 2 hours. These fools about to embarrass themselves. Like I want to lean towards, hey, they've been playing it close to the chest. That's why they canceled Scalebound 2 years ago, something like that, and why Crackdown hasn't been worked on is because they've been working on this next big thing, and so they have 2 hours to show us this next big thing. So I'm actually going to go ahead and not do the bashing and give Xbox the benefit of the doubt and say that they're going to surprise us. Because they better do it for 2 hours. Well, they got to do something.
I don't.
Just like
I'm gonna be honest.
Like what's the name said in the movie? It's like you better they wars to squeeze you, kiddo. You better kick butt tomorrow at IRS.
But I don't think my issue is okay. I know E3 is not, and I know Nintendo does this, but they kind of what they've been doing at E3 is mostly been focusing on what's coming out from E3 to the end of the physical year. I mean, up until the end of the physical year. So, but I don't see anything Microsoft can do to help them for this physical year, game-wise, first party game-wise. Like, I know a lot of third-party stuff is coming, but a lot of third-party stuff is going to be over at Sony. I know we got Lara Croft coming, but that's again is not exclusive to the Xbox this time. So if they do showcase that game at their press conference, it's still able to be bought on Sony devices. So to me, I don't see what Microsoft can do, because if they announce a new game, they ain't going to release the game. I don't see them releasing AAA titles, announcing it at E3 and releasing it by Christmas. I don't see that. Not first party wise. I can't see that. But they might do that, but I just don't see no win-win for them this year. They might set themselves up for the future though, like what you were saying, D2K, but I can't see them really doing anything to affect them for the immediate.
Like well, if they don't do something really revolutionary and extraordinary, it's
so
That's nice. True. That was good though.
I did want to add something to this. I know it's slightly off topic, so I won't go too long. In the last 3 generations, we've had each console play the fool in the past 3 generations.
Yeah. And
the PS3, what was that? 6? What was the PS3? 7? Yeah. They played the fool first. They came out there and with the whole doesn't start until we start next gen. And they were boo-boo the fool when no one bought it with that stupid $600 price tag.
You
and
bought
then
it.
So what was that?
You bought it. Now they're going.
I ain't buy it $600. I got me a. Anyway, it wasn't $600. I got it through somebody else. Anyway,
I'm
and then it was Nintendo's turn to play the fool when they released the Wii U with that humongous tablet controller thing that no one wanted and the confusing name. So they played the fool for a while and got played by every third party when they said they were producing a game for the system and didn't. And then Xbox said, you know what? Hold my beer. I can outdo all y'all. And so now it's Xbox's turn to deliver you with no first party game and a brand new console.
Well, it started off with them saying, we're going to pack in this peripheral called the Kinect that nobody asked for, and we're gonna have DRM and all the other crap that they were trying to do.
That is true. That they did start at the very beginning. You're right. You are right.
Well, let's keep it moving because I think we wore out Microsoft. So who next? Who next on the list?
That would be Bethesda.
So what are we expecting from Bethesda? Because this is third party. What are we expecting? Do we a new Fallout? What?
Well, they already announced the new Fallout, the Fallout 76, I believe.
Yes.
Which is supposed to be like an online RPG type thing, which is going to be a little bit different than their regular entries of Fallout. So I've never played Fallout, so I don't have too much to add to that, but it seems pretty interesting what they're trying to do with that.
And you think a new Doom will show up or a new one of the other titles?
I don't see Doom. Well, then they do Wolfenstein too, right? That's them.
Yeah, that's Wolfenstein, Doom.
So they just did the Wolfenstein with this past year.
Yeah. Last year.
So maybe they would announce a Doom for next year.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like you saying, with all these Skyrim remakes, Skyrim VR, Skyrim Switch, Skyrim whatever, you would think they would, maybe not even Skyrim, maybe they would do an Elder Scrolls or a different variation of Elder Scrolls this year. That would make sense. I think the only thing they have for Elder Scrolls is Elder Scrolls Online.
Well, the rumor is that they might be working on a remaster of Fallout 3, and it's might be coming to all the systems, including the Switch. So that's been rumored.
Just do a new game. Just stop that.
Well, I think a lot of people were disappointed with Fallout 4. A lot of people like Fallout 3. It just was glitchy. So the thought is people will be welcoming to a more stable, better graphic, better, more polished Fallout 3. So I don't know. I ain't never played any of the Fallouts, but that's what one of the big rumors is, that they might announce a Fallout remaster, Fallout 3 remaster. I'm Bethesda is, they cool. I ain't never been big on Bethesda, so I ain't gonna waste no time with them.
Yeah, I don't think I play their games.
No, I don't.
I'm trying to think about it. I know you played the Doom just because it went to the Switch, but
yeah, I did because it went to the Switch. You're right. I
but
did.
You wasn't a big fan of it though, right?
Actually, Doom wasn't bad. It's just I couldn't deal with the demonic stuff, man. It's just too much of the symbolisms and the Baphomet and all that. I just like, what? I'm done with this, man. There's only so much of that. I don't mind gore, but when you got symbols and certain things in the, I don't know what I'm looking at. I ain't trying to be hexing my house. No. So I turned it off. No, I'm serious, bro. I know that's
no, I feel you.
But when I'm sitting up there, you got images floating on your TV, and you don't know what that meant. Like, it's certain, they ain't the only game that do that. When you see stuff, you be like, man, what does that actually mean? I know this is supposed to be this unspoken language, but you get this stuff, you getting this from somewhere. Where is this from? What does that mean? You could be cursing my whole house and I don't even know it. So anyway,
right.
I turned that mug off, man. Like, forget that. I'm done with this game. It was fun. I just couldn't take no more of that. I might throw it back on here and there every now and again.
Yeah, Cornelius, they did announce Rage. They did say something about Rage, but I didn't play Rage, but if you guys remember Rage came out towards the end of Xbox 360 life cycle.
Yeah.
And they were toting this game because it had a brand new way of rendering textures. That was a big wolf about it because it used a different way to process textures. But the game wasn't really that good though.
Like I said, I never played it. I don't get, first person shooters I typically avoid. So
when you have people starting to talk about the textures on bricks more than they are about the gameplay, that's a huge red flag to stay away.
Yeah. So let's move on. We don't need to spend no more time on Bethesda. Whatever they show, we'll be there to see it. but I ain't tripping off of them. They ain't no highlight for me. What's another one, D2K? Well, who next?
Square Enix.
I'm expecting big things from Square Enix. I think some big things are gonna take place with Square.
They have a lot to do.
Yeah,
they made a lot of promises.
They got a lot of stuff coming. They got Tomb Raider. They got Octopath Traveler. They got what else? Good and Evil. They showed some of it they showed CGI last year. I wonder if they actually have some gameplay.
I thought that wait. Good and Evil, that's Ubisoft, right?
Oh yeah, that is Ubisoft.
Okay, good.
What's another game?
Right,
Final Fantasy. And Kingdom Hearts 3.
And Kingdom Hearts 3. Those are ones that they've been throwing around for a while now. And so they have a lot of people to impress with that game.
I've heard a couple of rumors about a possible Final Fantasy collection for the Switch. I'm not sure how many or which Final Fantasies, but that's what rumors I'm hearing right now concerning Square Enix and Nintendo.
I haven't heard that, but that's it. Like I said, I'm not a JRPG guy. Final Fantasies doesn't do it for me. Like I know is a fan favorite with a lot of folks. It just doesn't do nothing for me when I hear it. It's like next, what else? But that sounds like that'd be cool. What about that Final Fantasy VII remake? What do you think we're gonna see some of that?
We better. Didn't people put money into that one? Or that's just
but that's Sony came out there and kind of act like they was in partnership, but I think it was revealed that Sony just help them hype it up, but they ain't really got nothing to do with it.
And that was back in 2015.
Yeah, that was 2015.
That's what I said. They got some checks to sign, man. They've been touting some stuff for a while now, so they
wasn't it supposed to be episodic too? Like episodes, not one big game, but
I think that once they realized that they weren't going to be able to live up to the scale that they initially envisioned for the game, they had to fall back to that. Okay, we're just going to make it episodic because they probably had huge plans to make this big, huge, expansive game. And somebody came and said, "Are you crazy? You can't do that." So now they're going to say this was episodic, but they can't even get one episode done yet. So who knows what's going on with that? That's when you have games that been in development for like at least 2, 3, 4 years, and you haven't even seen any gameplay footage of it yet, I'm like, you know what? Show me when the game is on the shelf. I don't really care.
Yeah, I think after 3 years, if it ain't one of a game that like a Zelda or like a God of War, something that gonna come out, I don't care no more. Especially third party. If you're talking about a game, you've been talking about it for 4 years, I'm done with you. I think that's what they call that when it ain't happening. I forgot what they call that stuff.
Snake oil salesman.
They call it. It's a word they use. I heard different people use, but anyway, it ain't happening. So I don't know. I don't think it's happened. I think they gain folks, and when it do happen, it ain't gonna be what folks bought into. Definitely won't be what folks bought into.
And that's the problem when you keep dragging stuff out for so long. People start to build up expectations.
Who is that? The truth.
The truth.
Vaporware. That's what that is, right?
Yeah, now. Vaporware. And people start to build up. Well, that's what Crackdown is, vaporware. people start to build up this image in their mind of what they want the game to be, and the game will never come close to being what that is, and then they get disappointed, and it's a waste of time and money.
Yeah. What about I saw somebody put down here Chrono Trigger. Think we see a new entry into that?
I'm the wrong person. I've never played.
I've never played,
brother.
Well, actually, I have played Chrono Trigger a little bit on the SNES. It's the art style is basically the same artist that does Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama. So if you like Dragon Ball art style than you like Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, didn't you do Dragon Quest?
Yes.
Okay.
His art style is very distinct. I mean, you can't miss it. You know Akira Toriyama style when you see it.
Right.
But if they did a remake of Chrono Trigger, that would be nice. They don't have to make a new one. They just made a remake of the SNES version. People, they would eat that alive.
Yeah, if I do throw out a prediction, I believe that E3 will be a nostalgia fest of an E3. I think that's going to happen this year. I think Microsoft is going to be a nostalgia fest. I'm predicting that now. But anyway, let's move past.
Oh no, I add one more, bro.
Go ahead.
And I forgot about this, but there's been a Avengers game that's been rumored for a while now.
I heard about that.
That Square Enix is supposed to be doing. There's been several canceled Avengers game. One, the earliest being from THQ before they got demolished. They were working on a Avengers game as well, and so I'm actually pretty excited to see what they can actually do with Avengers, because we have not had a good comic book video game in a while, if you really look at it.
Will somebody do Wakanda? No, anyway, go ahead.
So no, I'm just really excited. That hopefully it's good, but I mean, we haven't had a good comic book video game based on like even the Marvel universe or DC universe.
Well, on that same token, there's a rumor going on that there could be a Superman game made by Rocksteady.
Yeah, I heard
coming out.
Yeah, that's been rumored for a while now.
I think they were the last good comic book movie. Comic book game. I think was Rocksteady. Was I didn't play. Well, I haven't. So I played a little bit. The Last Batman, but other than that, we haven't had a good one.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep it moving, because we still got a few others we're gonna need to get to, and I don't want to spend too much time on these third-party cats. Who next, D2?
Ubisoft.
First of all, let me say this: we will see another Assassin's Creed.
Now, see, I really hope that they don't do Assassin's Creed.
I think they're gonna do it, bro, because
like
they did too good.
But the thing is, they can take what they learned from Assassin's Creed and give me my baby.
Give you your baby,
Prince of Persia, man.
I don't know why they ain't doing more with Prince of Persia. Because like they could.
They haven't did it right since the PS2 days, man. Since the Sands of Time, that was the last good Prince of Persia.
Well, it seemed like since Assassin's Creed went off so well, they kind of took what Prince of Persia was and kind of moved it into Assassin's Creed.
But it's not, though. I mean, it's good, but
Assassin's Creed is trying to be real, and Prince of Persia is fantasy, more fantasy driven.
But it was so good, though, man. I mean, that's my plug. I just that was one of the first games on my I believe PS1. Was PS1, PS2, PS1, right?
I don't know.
Since time with PS2, maybe it was an early life cycle of the PS2, maybe. But one of the first games that I just fell in love with, man. I thought it was the most incredible thing ever. And they have not done it right since. The Sands of Time was okay, but the Warrior Within was good, and the first one was good. But I've been waiting for that to, get back to where it was. I'll take a retelling of the original story. Just give me my Prince of Persia back the way that was supposed to be given. So,
okay, D2K, what are you expecting from Ubisoft? Any surprises? Anything? We know the Division 2 gonna be talked about big time.
I expect vulgarity. That's in every one of their conferences.
Aisha Taylor, she gonna be there.
You think somebody gonna cry this time, like last year?
I don't know. I didn't watch their show last year. I couldn't. I don't. I mean, it was a couple of years ago where I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore because I can't. There's no reason for any of that. Go out there and talk about your games. You don't have to be so vulgar and cussing all the time. And it's just really immature. It's very immature. So I was like, no.
Second time with Alicia Taylor,
Tyler, whatever her name is.
Yeah, she got on my nerves the second year. You kind of you kind of overlooked it the first time she was there. The second time she came out, it was whack. I thought she was corny as I don't know what. And then they brought that one dude with the doodle style. I was like, oh, bro, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
So I've heard rumors about another South Park game coming out with the Assassin's Creed. Obviously, we talked about that. I heard rumors about a new Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Shown at your conference. I'm not really into the Ubisoft stuff. I mean, but Beyond Good and Evil 2, we'll probably see that. But a lot of their games I'm not really into.
Well, I like Splinter Cell, and I believe if they do it right, because the last Splinter Cell wasn't bad. It was actually a good game. If they do Splinter Cell right, that'll be a welcome title to come back. In my opinion, I wouldn't mind seeing another Splinter Cell, and especially if it returned to its original roots when it was competing directly with what is that? Solid Snake? Metal Gear Solid. They kind of go back to the OG Xbox Splinter Cell.
Mm-hmm.
I think folks will definitely be on board for that.
Well, if they can.
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, interrupt you, but Cornelius, I need you to take that back. Splinter Cell is not better than Metal Gear Solid.
Stick with what you said, Cornelius. Don't let K-Ball change your mind. If you like it better, stick with it.
Splinter Cell has never had a 45-minute trailer, therefore it's not better than Metal Gear Solid. Until you can give me a 45-minute trailer in a video game, don't talk to me. Don't at me. At my Twitter name. So go ahead, D2K. You can have the floor back.
Okay. I don't remember what I was saying. Yeah, I'm not really interested in what they have to say. Their show, I'm not interested in their games at all. So they'll do what they do.
Now, I do expect big things from Ubisoft. I actually put them ahead of EA in making games. I think they've done a better job of making video games. Since the whole debacle with Watchdog, the first Watchdog. Since then, I think they've been hitting out the park.
Well, there's one more thing it just popped in my mind is that there's a possibility that we might see some other weird crossover game from Ubisoft and Nintendo. And
I think that'd be dope.
Yeah, but you know what I think?
Heard the rumors I've heard is some type of crossover with Rayman and Pikmin.
Well, I've heard that. Well, I didn't hear them two titles. I did hear a possibility for another, collaboration with Nintendo. But man, I'm gonna be honest. I think if we see anything, it's gonna be more DLC for something for what they currently got now. But there's possibility because Mario plus Rabbids did do really better than they expected it to do. It did do way better than they was expecting. So it could possibly be another title in the works. But I want to see more of the good versus Beyond Good and Evil. I definitely believe you're going to see a Siphons filter. And probably something like, what's that title, K-Bum, that you was playing that you didn't like? You end up buying it. You was playing it.
Rayman Legends.
No, not Rayman Legends. The one where you fighting as different warriors and stuff.
You're talking about the I know what you're talking about.
You sent it back.
The Viking game where you were fighting like as a Viking or a samurai.
Yeah, what was that game called? I can't think of it. I never played it.
It's slipping my mind. Or somebody in the comment section. Remember that game? They're still releasing DLC for it.
Right. They probably, to me, they have some announcements on that level. They supposed to also be taking I don't know if y'all heard about this, but remember that Pirates game? They kind of took the whole Black Flag.
Yeah, Skull and Bones. We were talking about in the comment section.
Yeah, I think that game, they probably show some more of that. They probably hit us with a few surprises, some nostalgia surprise. But I think Siphon Filter is going to be their big announcement for this year. So let's move on.
Well, actually, see, man, you jumping too quick, bro. I think they may have something. The Division 2 is going to be.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, I said the division. I said that early.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, the Division 2 is going to be announced.
Yeah, definitely.
And this one, probably for like next year or the year after that. But
yeah, because they just redone the original division. They kind of gave it all that updates, man. I was like, I kind of wish I didn't trade my game in, but
For Honor, there we go. Thank you, guys. For Honor, thank you.
They'll probably show another title like that somewhere in there.
I hope not.
They will. It's Ubisoft, man. They always got them filler titles. They sell you on the supposedly graphics and it's gonna do all this and it don't do nothing.
Well, to me, the fighting style sold me. It wasn't even the graphics. Graphics were nice, but the fighting style sold me on it. But when you got the game, it was implemented very poorly. It was
that right.
It was so centered around loot boxes, man. It was so bad, so bad.
They gonna do that again. They definitely gonna do that again. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I think. I think Siphon Filter will be their big title. We'll see more Beyond Good and Evil.
Splinter Cell, man. Stop calling it Siphon Filter.
I mean,
I'm like, where did that come from? Siphon
Filter. I keep saying Siphon Filter. Yeah, Splinter Cell. We'll see more Splinter Cell. What else? Like you said, probably another entry into Rayman. Some Rayman because Legends is old now, so we probably see another Rayman.
You know what? I don't know.
Oh no! What happened to that Star Fox game?
They're gonna show that the Star. What is that game? I know the build a ship.
Yes.
I can't think of the name.
They always have surprises like that, man. Like I really expect them. Like they do. Like to be honest, like they do a lot of stuff that I'm like, wow, that's cool. Like it's not my cup of tea, but wow, that's cool. Even when they did the game where you're racing down a mountain, I'm like, that's cool for people who like to play something like that. That's different. That we've been crying about unique and different games, and they deliver.
Starlink, that's what it's called. Thank you, Cornelius. Man, we got to get Cornelius on the show, man. Because he be coming through. Him and the truth be coming through.
either he's that good, which I don't know, because he likes Splinter Cell better, or he just really fast at Google.
Well, Dark Sun Rider, they both said at the same time. So let me give credit to both of y'all because y'all both said at the exact same time, 10:02. Anyway, let's move on because we still got Sony to get to. We got Nintendo to get to. We got some other. So let me ask this though. Throw this out there. Do we think you're gonna see anything from what's the group that made Witcher 3?
Oh yes, we're seeing them. We will see what's it called? Cyberpunk 2050, I believe the name of it. We better see that game.
Yeah, who was that? Who was that studio? Red something.
CD Red.
Yeah.
CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, CD Projekt Red. Thank you.
So Cyberpunk is the game they working on, and you think we're gonna see it?
Oh yes.
Okay, all right.
Oh yes. These boys. It probably just be in trailer form. It's probably not going to be anything. It's not. I doubt if it's playable, and I doubt if it's true gameplay. But we will see. I think maybe just a trailer from them to keep those keep the hype meter up for this game because, like I said, these boys deliver. Whatever game they make, they deliver, and so I'm excited.
Yeah, and they what Witcher 3 is what 4 years old now,
and it's still selling.
Yeah, so and it's still impressing folks visually too. So
they just did the 4K upgrade to 4K graphics.
Okay, so who next? D2K.
Sony.
So I guess K-Bun, you ready? You really ready to talk now, ain't you?
Not really. They kind of spoiled the bag here.
I think Sony is hiding some stuff, bro. I think that whole play is to make you feel like they ain't got nothing to announce. Sony gonna announce something. It might be 4 years from now before it come out. They gonna announce something. It's gonna be something new announced. It's gonna be something new and AAA. We might even see something in the Uncharted family with a new protagonist.
They can stop with the Uncharted for now.
Dude, they ain't letting Uncharted go nowhere, man.
No, they're doing the Last of Us. Just do that for a little bit. Just
bro.
I mean, I love Uncharted, but you can chill for a little bit.
I bet you we see something, a new IP that's in that family, in that style type of frame. We're gonna see some new DLC for God of War. I guarantee you, we're gonna see some new DLC for God of War 4. We definitely gonna see Last of Us, Spider-Man, but I think it's gonna be a new IP announced, bro. A big AAA new IP announced.
Well, I know what we should see. We should see that Ghost of
Ghost of Tatsushima.
yes,
Something like that.
we have to see that game. Like I have to see more of this game because my meter was alerted and it went from whatever to like I gotta have this game. So I am very very excited, and this would be a bad E3. I will give Sony a D if they do not show this game. It's calling it right now. I don't care what else they show. They got to show this one.
Now we didn't see it.
Even if it's not the trailer, just
they
give
didn't
me
show
something.
they didn't show none of it last year, did they?
No, last year is when they announced it.
It is okay. So how long has Horizon?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was no. It was at the Paris. Was it at Paris that they showed?
Paris Game Awards.
Yeah, the Paris they showed. So I don't think it was at E3.
Well, they didn't show it at E3 last year.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, I thought so. Now, how long has it been since Horizon Zero Dawn came out?
Horizon 2016, I thought.
So they announced it. So the first time they announced it was 2016. It came out 2017, right?
It was 2 years between it being announced and it coming out, I believe.
Yeah, it came out. Well, it was okay. So yeah, because my Live was alive when they announced Horizon. Live was still living. So
okay.
So yeah, they announced it 2 years before it came out. So that would be 15.
And it came out in 17.
And they came out in 17.
And then all the DLC came out.
Do you think we'll see another entry into Horizon?
I think it's too early.
Think it's too early? For Sony? You think Sony is too early?
I think that this Horizon falls into that same category of Zeldas and stuff like that, where you need to have like at least 2 to 3 years in between each other, maybe even 4. Because it's that meaty and heavy, like God of War,
right.
that area has to be spread out.
I'm just saying, announcing like they did with Last of Us. You know, they announced it, even though we wasn't gonna get it no time soon. They did announce Last of Us, not last year, the year before.
I still think it's too early to even do that.
Okay. Okay. I fall back on that. What else? But I definitely believe it's gonna be a new IP announced. Something new.
Something new.
Well, I mean, the stuff that I expect to see. I mean, we're gonna see more of Death Stranding.
Yep.
Hopefully,
we forgot about that.
Hopefully, people will be fully clothed this time.
Nobody know what that game is.
Nobody knew what Metal Gear Solid was.
Yes, she did.
You did, man. Nobody knew what that game was at the WoW, man. That game turned into a.
Hey, bro.
We didn't know what we was playing.
Hey, bro. Don't do that. Hey, don't do that, bro.
Dude, Kimishima. Hey. What's that his name? What is his name?
Kimojima.
Whatever his name is. Dude, you can't tell me. Kojima. There it is.
Hideo Kojima. Sorry.
You cannot tell me dudes start making games that done towards the end, Metal Gear Solid stopped making sense, man. Towards the end, K-Bub, it stopped making sense, bro.
I think some of these people just start to go insane after a while, working all these long hours, making these games. I think they literally start to lose it because stuff that he started to do makes sense. Same thing happened with the guy from that used to work with Tecmo that went to form his own studio. Forgot his name. The guy that made that Devil's Third nonsense.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about dude? Yeah, I can't think of his name.
You know, after a while, it's just like this stuff starts getting really, really weird.
Well, you got to be creative. I think that's some of the things that the Metal Gear Solid games were never really the same game, and he had to be creative every time you played it. And you have to understand that he was probably one of the most creative game developers of his time. Because remember, in the Metal Gear Solid 1, you had to beat the guy by putting the joystick
Yeah, but that
into a
thing,
different
right?
port. No
That
one,
was
no one
dope.
has done anything like. But that
But
was
the K
amazing.
bomb, come on, man. After a while, Kojima started doing crazy stuff that was it stopped being a game, bro. You just said you watched a 45-minute cutscene.
No. Hold up now. You ain't about to turn that on me. No, Metal Gear Solid 4 was a great ending to the series.
Okay, I didn't play. I can't argue that.
After four, I will slightly lean to what you're saying.
Okay, so
'Cause-
can we say this then? Is Kojima living off of more hype than actual what he's done
No.
recently?
No.
It ain't Kojima ain't mostly hype right now.
No. He's still a great developer. Even though his last game wasn't as it didn't have the success as the other games. It doesn't. All it is just I tried that, it didn't work. Let me go back and try another one. That's like the guy from what was the guy who did the Batman series? Um, 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 Nolan. It's like him going out making a bad game, making a bad movie, and the people like, is he a flop? No, he's not a flop. He just didn't make a great movie. Like Interstellar. It wasn't a great movie. I don't think he's a terrible director now. It just wasn't that good of a movie.
But he had a good track run as far as Kojima had a lot of bad games after that one you talking about.
No, man. Metal Gear Solid 1 was a beast. Metal Gear Solid 2 was a beast.
I'm talking about after 4.
Now after 4, he didn't do the rating game. He didn't do the rating game. That was done by somebody else. The rating game was done by somebody else. Then he came back and he did the Metal Gear Solid 5. But he hasn't really done too much after that.
Well, this Death Stranding better be something because it looks like just a weirdo's.
No one understands what that game is.
Because he's weird, bro. The dude
I'm not saying that he's not weird. I'm just saying that he's still a good developer. I'm not saying that.
I'm with D2K.
He's definitely weird.
These cats be locked up and working long hours and coming out with this crazy stuff. Sitting up here, dude, stuff oozing out of his hand. He butt naked, standing in water, holding a baby with a test tube in his nose, and like, dude, what are we looking at, man? What type of high you got to be on?
It's provocative.
That it was strange, D2.
But you will not dog him though. I tell you that though. You can call him weird and strange all you want.
But Cornelia said that is why Splinter Cell will always be superior. Anyway.
Oh, Cornelia, if you don't calm yourself down,
let's move on. So, anything else with Sony? Any other things
Days Gone. I'll see some more about that. It's not coming out till next year now, which is kind of disappointing. There's some game called Dreams that has the same art style as Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure what it's about.
The guy was like, you can paint stuff and it can come to life. That's what it was. You can paint stuff on walls, like different stuff you paint actually comes to life.
So is this a VR game or?
I was just going to ask.
I don't think it was VR.
Do you think we're going to see any VR stuff? You think that's?
I think you will. I don't think it would be handled probably the same way they do.
Go ahead. I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
Yeah, I think they will handle it the same way they do the Vita, but I don't think you're not about to be blown away. I mean, the VR didn't do what they expected it to do, and it's not even doing what it expects to do on the PC. So I don't see any true momentum to push VR to another level because I don't think it's going to get there regardless of what they do.
Right. It wouldn't make any sense for them to put all that time into developing something for VR where people just say, this is not even interesting to me anyway. It's a great looking game, but I'm not going to buy it. I'll just play the demo and be done with it.
And that's the problem, is that the VR doesn't produce really good looking games because of the fact of the resolution you get from the goggles. And the game will always be inferior the way it looks to just regular games.
right? Because you just need you can't get the processing power that you need in order to get that resolution from just a regular console. Even though you know you can get a little bit of a bump up from the little mechanism that you attach the goggles to, whatever. It's still not good enough. You need a PC. It was designed for PCs. And even PCs can only do it okay. You know, it's not wow. You know, it's not that big, but it's you know, it's not the way we really would want VR to be. But it's better than the console versions or what you will use on your phone or whatever. You know.
Do you think we'll see a new VR?
No, that'd be dumb. That would be just.
Well, the only new piece of hardware that we would see or that they would talk about perhaps would be a portable.
Yeah,
that would be it. Other than that, I wouldn't hear anything about any hardware from Sony.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. But if anything was talked about, I think that would be the thing.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on. What's next, D2?
Nintendo.
Oh, you know, we didn't say anything about Spider-Man.
We did say something about Spider-Man.
We did.
Oh, we did.
Okay. That's the foregone conclusion. Everybody's buying that.
Yeah, that was it. We already.
What do you even need to talk about? Everybody has to lock.
Yeah,
day one buy for everybody's got a PlayStation.
Too busy arguing about Metal Gear Solid, and I must have missed that.
I said Spider-Man when I first said we know we got Spider-Man, Last of Us 2, and some other titles. So, all right, so Nintendo, man, just heard that their direct is going to be 45 minutes long. Remember, I said I hope it's longer than what it was last year. That they giving us 20-something more minutes. So
that's usually around the time that they used to do it, is around 45 minutes.
Yeah. So
that's what to talk about. I mean, when you think about how much they actually crammed into that 26 minutes last year, it's pretty amazing.
Right.
I mean, they streamlined it so well to where they didn't have no fluff, no pomp and circumstance, nobody standing up there talking to bananas and all that type of stuff. It was just boom, 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 boom. You know, it's like carpet bombing with games. So if they're doing it the same way and they're giving you 45 minutes, they got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, that's what kind of came to my head, D2K. Like 45 minutes says you got some stuff you're talking about. So we know what's in the works. We don't know exactly what's going to be talked about, but we do know that, of course, you got Metroid Prime 4. Everybody wants to see that.
I don't want to see, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
The rumors is supposedly, and I don't believe this to be the case. I really don't. And we haven't factually proven that Namco are the ones working on that Metroid Prime 4. That's still been rumored because Nintendo hasn't came out and said that. So it still easily could be Retro Studios working on Metroid Prime 4. It still could be Retro Studios.
I checked up on that. I could have sworn I saw Metroid Prime 4 as listed with Bandai Namco.
It was. It's a lot of listing says it, but I'm just saying it hasn't officially been announced by Nintendo that it is indeed Bandai Namco making it.
But, but it doesn't make any sense for them to go out of their way last year and say that Retro Studios is not working on this. And then
they did say that? They said Retro would work? Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Later on say, oh, yeah, they're working on it. So, I mean, things can change.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
I mean, that would be a huge – man. Let's think about that. If they came on stage and Metroid Prime is this super tight, next-gen graphics masterpiece that say, I've been working on this for 4 years, dog. This is what we got. That would just floor everybody.
Yeah.
Something that just looks absolutely amazing visually. From a visual standpoint, it took us 4 years to get it done, but we did it.
Let me say this, and I don't want to sound like I'm being a fanboy here, but I'm not going to lie. I am very excited for what Nintendo might be about the show. More so than the other three. And I'm not saying that, but we don't know nothing about Microsoft. Sony has kind of told us what they're going to show. And I believe Sony going to show an original IP. I do believe that. And I'm anticipating that. But I'm excited for, and I don't know if I'm setting myself up for hurt. But I am excited for Nintendo's press conference.
I don't think you're setting yourself up for I mean, it's like I just got through saying, if they are going to have a 45-minute direct, then that means they have either a whole lot of games or they have something really special that they need to talk about, that they need extra time to talk about it. So they're not going to just go out there for 45 minutes, just get out run the mill and little bargain bin type games and all this type of casual crap. No, they're talking about some serious stuff, either some partnerships with some third parties that are exclusive to the Switch or something like that, something that's going to throw everybody for a loop like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. It has to be that.
Well, we already found out that Paladins is coming. They already basically proven Fortnite is coming, and they saying that Fortnite is actually going to be dropped in the eShop during E3. That's supposed to be a big surprise. Pikmin 4 is supposed to be showing up. Like, there's a lot of stuff.
Well, Pikmin 4 is something that should have. I mean, we've been waiting on that for a while. So it's not really a surprise if it shows up, because like it's about time, that type of thing.
Yeah, because Miyamoto basically said they were done with it, but a lot of people thought that he might have been referring to that Pikmin that came out on the 3DS, but I don't think so. I think it's another Pikmin coming. What else? Do you think we're going to see any Metroid, like an actual gameplay, or no?
It depends on how long it's been in development. I mean, it's kind of weird because when they announced it last year, they just put a animated GIF on the screen and that's it. Metroid Prime 4 is coming, and that's all they showed. They didn't show anything else. They didn't show any CGI. They didn't show any gameplay, whatever. So that led people to believe that this game is very early in development. And if this is a Nintendo first-party AAA title, there's no way in the world that if they just started working on it at that point, that we're going to see it anytime soon. However, remember back in 2015 when Nintendo said that we're working on a 2D and 3D Metroid? Remember that?
Yeah.
We got the 2D Metroid on 3DS. So we don't know.
I know that they say they focusing on 18 and probably early 2019, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we're gonna see more than a font of some Metroid Prime 4, even if it's just a short teaser. We gonna see something.
Well, if they've been developing this since then we should see full on gameplay, because that's 3 years. Yeah, even if the game is still not coming out till next year, if they've been working on it since 2015, then they should have enough to be able to show us gameplay.
Yeah,
they should have enough to actually have a gameplay demo, as a matter of fact.
Well, Cornelius is agreeing with you, man, because he's saying they finna buzz us upside the head with this game. If they do gameplay, bro, so that's just one game. Okay, so Metroid Prime 4, we might see actual gameplay. We know Pikmin is Pokemon, the 8th gen Pokemon is coming out next year. Do we see some gameplay of that, since they have already announced Pokemon and made a direct? I think they did that so that they can show the new Pokemon at E3.
Yeah, I can see them doing that because the new Pokemon is probably going to be something really special, and it wouldn't make sense to talk about it before E3 because that's where you drop all your bombs. So I think that regardless of when it's coming out, I mean, it may not even come out for another couple of years, but that's the reason why that we got the other Pokemon coming out later on this year, just to tie people over and keep it fresh. But this new Pokemon, they're going to show you something, even if it's just a short CGI trailer or something, really, really quick. So they're gonna let you see that at least.
Okay. So what else we got? So we got them three. I'm hoping, I said this last podcast, I'm gonna say it again. I'm hoping that this rumored Punch Out is an actual game, Punch Out Champions.
I haven't seen that anywhere. I've been looking for
it was on a leak list. It was a title on a leak list also that same leak list had the whole Star Fox and Fortnite too. And Fortnite is true. Fortnite is coming. So, and they had that same list had Dragon Ball Z Fighters, which is actually already basically been, basically been what's the word I'm looking for?
Revealed coming to the Switch.
It was leaked, but it's been confirmed. That's what.
And I told you before that they weren't going to talk about this before Xenoverse 2 came out for the Switch, because they did, nobody would have cared. Nobody would have bought Xenoverse 2. Nobody did anyway, but they definitely wouldn't have bought it if they knew Dragon Ball FighterZ was coming to the Switch.
Right.
So they had to make sure that got that all out of the system. It's okay, the game didn't sell well, whatever, fine. Let's move on to the next one.
Now, the big one in Nintendo, we know this is going to be shown, Smash Bros. Do you think it's going to be a brand new game, literally remodeled everything, or just going to be Smash Brothers from the Wii upgraded? Which one you think it's going to be? Cause the dude, what's his name? What's the dude name that makes Smash Bros? Sakurai, is that his name?
Yeah. Sakurai
is supposed to be on the Direct. He's supposed to have a spot in the Direct. So, and they pumping Smash Bros as a big announcement. It's gonna be their big carrier, on the floor at E3. So I gotta believe that it's gonna carry a large portion of the actual Direct too. So do you think we're gonna see and K-Mom, you can talk up. I know you didn't pack the Switch up, but you ain't gotta be quiet on right. You can talk, man. Anyway, do you think it's gonna be a brand new game? Or do you think it's just going to be Smash Bros. From the Wii U redone?
I don't know. That's kind of a tough question, because Smash Bros. Is not the type of game that, in its form, really requires a lot of heavy lifting in terms of development and in the actual character meshes and stuff like that, and the backgrounds and whatnot. I mean, it's still, most of the work is done on the play mechanics itself. That's really where the meat development is for Smash Bros. To keep the game mechanics tight, so the gameplay is tight, and just making sure all the bugs are worked out and stuff like that. It takes a long time to do that. It's really difficult.
Well, I'm looking down in the comments, and Phoenix Star 5000 said that Smash Bros. 5 is a new game. It was confirmed that is an actual brand new.
Well, the thing is about the term "new game" doesn't have anything to do with you using a template of a previous game.
Right.
A new game means it's a new game. It's not going to be a reboot of Smash from the Wii U. It's going to be a brand new game, but you can still use the template that you have in place for Smash for the Wii U and use that to build a brand new game, just like they did with Splatoon. So Splatoon 2 is not a brand new game from scratch. Like they say, okay, we're just going to build brand new character models, brand new, all that stuff. No, that's stupid. You wouldn't do that as a developing studio. If you already got the character meshes there, you use them over again. And that's what they're going to do with Smash. You already got all that stuff from the previous Smash, so they just bring all that stuff over. And what little power increase that you get from the Switch from the Wii U, you use that to make the game run a little bit better and look a little bit better than the Wii U version did. But just because they use stuff and assets from the previous game doesn't mean it's not a new game. So people need to get off of that.
Yeah, so the assets is going to be basically what we saw on the Wii U, probably up-res, but a brand new story, brand new.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's gonna be brand new everything. It's not gonna be a port of the Switch. That's what people are thinking. It's gonna be a port of the Wii U version. No, it's gonna be a brand new game, a new storyline, new stuff added to it. They're just using all the stuff that they already had in place, and that allows development to go a lot faster, which means you get to play it faster.
Okay. Now, rumored is that supposedly might be making a remaster of Zelda Skyward Sword. That's rumored that.
I've heard that they actually might be announcing another kind of like what Majora's Mask was to Ocarina of Time. They're going to release something to like an extension of Breath of the Wild on the Switch.
Yeah, I heard something like that, but I you had to bring me up to speed. I did hear a little of that.
That's all. I mean, that's all I heard. They were going to release another Zelda, but it's going to be like Majora's Mask, where it was pretty much the same world, but it's just different areas and different concepts and different storyline. But it's pretty much the same idea as Ocarina of Time was. So I don't believe that. I think the Skyward Sword rumor sounds more plausible. I really wouldn't. I don't care because I didn't like that game. But like that seems more plausible to me than doing the Majora's Mask type thing. Because you don't really need to do that with Breath of the Wild.
And that's why I believe the Skyward Sword might be true, because a lot of people were upset with the motion controls and wanted it to play it traditional. So, and I definitely can see a Skyward Sword, but at the same time, Breath of the Wild is the type of game to where I feel like Nintendo kind of manipulated us on that DLC that came out for Breath of the Wild, and it wasn't all what they kind of painted it to be. It wasn't a continuation of the story where you find out what Zelda and all that was. If you played the end of Skyward Breath of the Wild, Zelda, there's some extra storyline that you think is going to continue in the DLC. Possibly they can announce some DLC that kind of does continue on that story. Unlike what they did this time, where to me that wasn't the case.
I can see DLC. That makes sense to me.
What about DLC for Odyssey?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't played. Well, I did play Odyssey a little bit, but I don't know what's going on with the storyline with that. So would it make sense? Because did they have DLC for 3D World at all? I don't think so.
No. No, I don't think so. I don't think
Mario is not the DLC type game. It's like once you beat it, it's like it's over. You're ready for the next Mario game. You don't want to extend the same game. To me, it's like it's a fireworks display. It's yay, and then you ready. You want to wait another year for the next fireworks display. I don't want to extend Mario games. That doesn't work.
Okay, Bum, you got anything you want to add, bro? You kind of quiet over there. I don't know if you still alive. You asleep? What's going on?
Oh, I'm still here. What's up?
Oh, you dirty boy. You are dirty, K.
But no, man, I don't got too much to add about what I expect, because I don't really have much expecting from Nintendo. No, okay. I know what I want to see, but what I want to see is different than what they're gonna produce. I do see that they're gonna. I predict they're gonna continue to. Well, they've already shown they're gonna continue some of this partnership with third party. And that I would love to see, and I think we said this before, Overwatch on the Switch. I think that would be awesome. It would lend to some issues because you have to understand Overwatch is an online only game.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are doing a Switch and you are doing a portable thing, you have to make sure you have a good enough connection to always be able to play on to Overwatch. And if your connection is not going to be good, you're going to cause issues with trying to play Overwatch. So that's what I would love to see for them to be able to get that game, because that's an amazing game, and I think everyone should have an opportunity to play it. But I just don't know if that's going to actually occur for that. But I think it'd be pretty cool if they could.
Yeah, I think that would be nice too. Now, another game that people are speculating that we might see is Animal Crossing. Now I know that ain't. I'm be honest. I'm not an Animal Crossing guy. I don't understand the love, but Animal Crossing is a big title for Nintendo, and there's a lot of believe that it's been long enough since the last one came out that we will hear something about it. something about Animal Crossing. So
yeah, and one game that everybody keeps forgetting about is Yoshi.
yeah, I was going to bring up Yoshi. That's coming. That's definitely going to be talked about. I don't think they're going to spend a whole lot of time on it though. I really don't. I think Nintendo is going to. I don't know why, but I just feel like the title that K-Bum is saying he will. I know what I think I know what K-Bum wants to see. What do you want to see, K-Bum, that you say you don't think Nintendo will do?
I don't think we're talking about the same thing. I would love to see Nintendo hop into, and they've kind of danced around it, but they haven't released a real a game that would be on the competitive scene.
Oh, a competitive scene like what?
Competitive scene. It's anything right now. Sports is. The Switch version of 2K is not being played in the competitive scene. There's no real game that is in the competitive scene for the Switch.
I guess Smash is kind of fits that bill for them. From what Level was talking about earlier, from this that tennis game.
Splatoon is in there.
No. I mean, real people who want Nintendo to have competitive say Splatoon is in there, but real competitive people don't.
I don't know.
Real
See, basically, you want Nintendo to have something that's more contemporary in the competitive environment.
More. What's the word for Madden type games? What is that? It's a game, but they got a name for it. Realistic games. What do they call those?
Sim.
You talking about? You want more of a sim title?
I'm not. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be sim. I mean, because even in Evo, I think Smash is Smash still in Evo.
Yeah,
Smash is always in Evo.
Okay. One of the biggest there.
Okay, yeah, and so it's, but all the other titles, the ARMS never made it.
No.
I would love to see them at the Switch have a game that can be considered in the competitive scene. And for the esports and stuff, you have the Overwatch and guys like that,
you know what? I'll just mention that Nia just said in the comment section that esports games are games that just kind of happen that way, and you can't really make an esports game. It just games get to the point people say, hey, this would be cool if we played this in a more competitive format. And it just kind of bleeds over into that.
Like Street Fighters.
Right. So trying to chase that could be a big problem.
And see, I differ a little bit with that, is because these games are being tailored for esports.
Well, it's kind of like how we were talking about earlier, how people are just going bonkers over the whole battle royale thing, and now people are shoehorning that into games that has no business being involved in. So, if it's a trend that everybody's doing, and they're going to start putting those aspects into their games. But as far as building a game from scratch and say this will be our esports game,
yeah, I think I agree with DJ.
That's
because when you look at the esports scene. It's still there's a lot of sports titles, but that don't mean they are big they're not big esports titles, even though they're competitive. Like, I know Madden is big, I know Street Fighters is big, we know Smash is big, but outside of them, and maybe Call of Duties and stuff like that, what else is big?
You still, I mean, you have the MOBAs, which kind of created this whole esports scene. I mean, they're the ones giving out college scholarships for esports. So let's not forget about them, like the Heroes of the Storm and
but when you say them are more obscure esports titles, though,
heck no, they started the esports scene.
Okay,
they were the ones being shown on ESPN. In 60,000 people stadiums.
But do you think they started out? That's what they was trying to be, or
no. I'm not saying. I guess it's being kind of misinterpreted. I'm not saying that Nintendo's going to say this is the game that's going to be esports. What I'm saying is you have to there's certain aspects of a game that has to be there in order to be an esport, even to be considered. And I'm saying if you don't ever make games that kind of have those aspects, you never kind of get that.
Well, I want you to try Aces because I believe Aces has that.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played it, but based on what Level was talking about, we were talking about before we went on the air, this game has all of the familiar symptoms of a game that will find its way into esports.
Yeah, I think, and I mean, I would love to hear some people in the comment section if they agree with me. If you play Aces, do you think Aces has the potential to be a esports type of title? It's like Nia said, it's technical, man. I mean, that's why I told you, like K-Bomb, I didn't tell you to play ARMS. I said I think it has a potential, but I never told you to play it. I told you to play Aces because I was like, this is a K-Bomb level of learning curve where you can't just casually jump in and dominate. You can't just smash buttons and win. You would get demolished in this game. And it's kind of like Smash Bros in that sense. Yeah, you can play Smash Bros, but you ain't going to play no competitive person and do anything in Smash. Just like Street Fighters. I play Street Fighters all day, but I ain't parrying a super Hadouken. See what I'm saying? Like, so I agree. I understand where you're coming from, but I think the greatest esports titles were not even set out. Wasn't even their ideal of playing.
See, I still disagree with that because even with fighting games, there's certain aspects that have to be in a fighting game in order for it to be an esports fighting game. Like there's certain things that have to be in it in order for it to be played on the competitive level, which is one of the things is definitely has to be the balance. That's one of the things that have to be, and certain technical things that have to be in the game.
But is that
in order for it to be? And so makers of the game, they do make sure that stuff is in the game in order for it to be picked up.
Right, I agree with that. But I'm saying I think that was was ideas that was in the game before esports became a thing. Like Street Fighters was a technically balanced game before esports ever became a thing. It was competitive in the arcade.
I'm talking about like the new Dragon Ball game that came out.
Well, that's based on Street Fighter.
That game came out in the world of esports, and it knew certain things it had to do to be considered.
Okay, I agree with that, but it's following the template of Street Fighters. And I'm telling you, if you're talking about technically in the balance and all that, dude, play Aces. I'm telling you, man, I've never seen Nintendo make a game with these type of technical balances. It's different to me, even for Nintendo. I wasn't expecting that level of technical depth for Mario Tennis. It just didn't even. In some ways, it seemed out of place at first.
I've used this analogy to describe a lot of things, but I think this applies here. Is that when you're standing next to a hill on level ground, the hill looks kind of big, but if you're standing next to a hill in the ditch, the hill looks like a mountain. And I think that because Mario Tennis for the Wii U was so bland that this Mario Aces,
I haven't played since the GameCube actually, or
this Mario Aces is so far removed from that it's almost like a shock to your system. Like, wow, it almost sounds like Nintendo actually listened to the complaints of the people who didn't like the last tennis game, because where that game was very bland, it was shallow, didn't have a lot of depth, this one does. So hopefully they'll listen more about other things too.
I say try. But anyway, getting back to the E3.
No, I mean, I played the crap out of virtual tennis. I mean, I spent nights 2-3 o'clock in the morning playing that virtual.
Talking about the one for the Dreamcast?
Yeah.
Oh, man,
that's what I'm saying. No, it ain't like virtual tennis. That's my point. Virtual tennis would have been a tennis game would have been what I was expecting. This game feels like a fighting game.
Okay.
It don't feel like, okay, it feel like you doing super moves. It feel like you doing Kadoukens and roundhouses.
It's like K-Bomb, did you play Mario Strikers for the GameCube or the Wii?
No, I did not play Strikers.
Okay, so Mario Strikers was a soccer game that basically was in the same ilk where you're playing soccer, but you're using super boobs and things to make the game a lot more exciting and a lot more fun. But even those games were not as technical. They were very technically sound in terms of soccer, but they were not as technical as this game than what Level is talking about.
Yeah, it's different, man. It's different. I'm telling you, man.
I give it a try.
Yeah, that's why I told you give it a try. But anyway, let's keep it going. Anything else with Nintendo? Because we had almost 11 o'clock. Anything else? I mean, there's a lot.
There's a lot of stuff that they might do, but that 45 minutes is just like this. There's something else that that's going to be happening. I don't know what it is. For a direct, for the way they do directs now, there's got to be something. It's probably a third-party thing. It has to be. To me, if you're really serious about your online and it actually does work well, the perfect game to announce for the Switch is Overwatch.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to do it, but that would be the thing that if they say Overwatch is coming to the Switch, you just sold your online. Just like that.
Do you think a new Overwatch is coming?
No, they're still releasing characters for this latest Overwatch.
Well, I mean, they with Paladin, with Fortnite. I mean, we ain't even scratched the surface of all the third-party stuff that's supposed to be being announced. We know Fortnite, Dragon Ball Z, Paladin, more stuff supposed to be announced. I mean,
we haven't talked about the elephant in the room, which is the Star Fox game.
I don't believe that. I just don't believe that's a game, man. I believe if they said D2K, I would believe it because they worked on Donkey Kong. I don't believe Star Fox is going into a racing game. If it's anything, it's Donkey Kong and they just got it wrong. It's Diddy Kong Racing and they just got it wrong. I can't see Star Fox. I don't see that. It makes no sense when you got this game that does all what you describing in this game. Why would you put Star Fox on it?
Just when you think you've got all the answers, they change the questions.
You're right. But I would believe it's Diddy Kong. I can see Diddy Kong, but I'm with you, D2. If it happens, I don't know if I want it. I don't know if that's something I want.
You're gonna want it. What's gonna happen is they're gonna announce it. You're gonna be like, I'm not sure about this, and then about 3 weeks later, man, this game is kind. I can't wait. I'm gonna buy it. I guarantee. I guarantee.
There's a few games that everybody was telling me, like Xenoblades and all the other, like Captain Toad. I still didn't buy it. I was like, I'm good. I'm good.
I didn't even like the Captain Toad levels on 3D World, so I didn't see a reason to buy the game.
Well, it wasn't that Captain Toad wasn't fun because it was actually a fun game. I didn't buy it. You know, you could be right though. I probably would change my tune on it. I won't say that. I won't put that past me. That's possibly something I would do, but I just don't think that's what at this present time. That ain't what I'm looking for. I think Mario Kart scratches that itch enough for me right now.
Here's an idea. What if they re-released Star Fox Zero for the Switch, but did it right?
I would buy that. Because that's all I want is traditional controllers. Give me the same game. Just take all that first-person shooter crap that you had in there with the gamepad out, and I would buy that D2K.
Because if you take away the aspect of having to look at both screens, which is what killed it for the Wii U.
Yeah, that's what killed it.
You know, if you just turn one feature off so that when you're docked, then you're playing it the regular way. When you're playing it portable, you can still do the same way that you're doing on the Wii U, but you don't have to look up at the screen to aim properly and aim the reticle and all that type of stuff. There's technical things they can do to change that, and it wouldn't be that much work to do. So
yeah. But did you hear about this? Did you hear about Konami supposed to be releasing this collection of games on the Switch? Like, and they thinking that, you know, Castlevania and all them, that like this big compilation title of games.
Well, only two Konami games that I will be interested in would be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters and Mystical Ninja 64.
Okay.
If they had those two games on it, I might have to go get a Switch.
But anyway, any other titles that we might be missing that you think might show up, and then we get on.
I think we hit everything.
Okay. K-Bump?
Nah, we good.
Okay. It would be. I wish Keith was here, man. I would love to hear some of his points on these. But anyway, stay tuned, man. Saturday is the day. EA will be showing us Madden and Live and Anthem, but it will still be E3 kicking it off, man. So we will have a good 5 days of announcements from Saturday all the way through Tuesday. So 4 days of announcements, and then you get the whole week of on the floor gameplay and stuff like that. So hopefully this E3 is great. I believe it is going to be. I think it's going to be a nostalgia filled E3. I think we're going to get a lot of blasts from the past type of stuff. Looking forward to it. And I guess we continue the conversation after Saturday. Any final thoughts, D2K?
Well, we know that Microsoft basically has their back against the wall, that they have to go out there and show out. This is it. This really is it for Microsoft. They blow it. The Xbox division is pretty much dead. There's be irreparable damage. All Sony has to do is go out there and hold serve, and Nintendo has to tighten up some loose ends of some stuff like their online, and let us know where Metroid is coming from and some other stuff. But they don't have a whole lot of work to do.
Yeah.
So this is all on Microsoft. That's all eyes are on them on Sunday.
Yeah, I think they're in a worse position than Nintendo was with the Wii U.
Or it's going to be time. So he'll be standing on the stage ready for them if they don't get it ready.
Hey, Bum, any final word?
I was letting that play out. I'm sorry. Yeah, final words. Just wanted to say again that MGS is better than Splinter Cell. But
I knew you ain't even down there no more, man. You can't be doing this. He down here. He down there.
I'm not letting it go. You can call me petty if you want to.
Keith. What's up? I hope y'all roasted the calves. Why you had to do that, Keith? You ain't even show up, but you want to show up in the comments to talk stuff about my team?
Well,
can't you just let us live?
You didn't even say nothing about the comment I left, bro. I left you a comment congratulating Mr. LBJ.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked, man. I was shocked. You did kind of show my boy some love.
Yeah, he's been killing these playoffs, man. Like you can't deny that, man. The dude's been killing it.
Something else, boy. I tell you.
Anyway, no, I don't have too much to add, man. I'm excited. Sadly, I'm not going to be able to be into it as much as I want to. I will be out of the country during E3. Very, very poor timing on my behalf. But I'll be in Canada doing the whole E3 stuff. So I'm going to try to see how much I can actually catch and still enjoy the vacation. So we'll see about that.
Man, going to the big Canada, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to Toronto.
Go find Drake and cheer him up, man.
Yeah, man.
Hell, boy.
I'm gonna go help Drake because he's been taking that L.
Help him take his baby to him too. You know, find his baby across that border. Pusha T said he playing Border Patrol. Bring his son to him, man. You know. Anyway, man, he took a L. He got Jay Prince out here talking for him. That's how bad he lost. Jay Prince on every show talking about Drake. Anyway, good podcast, folks. Good conversation. Like I said, I'm expecting big things. I don't think we're going to be disappointed, honestly, from anybody. But you're right.
Are you sure about that?
I really don't. I don't think.
You get the music going again,
right?
No, I really don't think we're going to be let down. Look at this dude. Let me explain, though. Let me explain why I say that. Let me get out of here. Because I'm not expecting nothing from Microsoft to be let down. I'm not expecting anything. So all they can do is, I mean, they can't do no worse than they already doing, I don't think. It's hard to do worse than what you're currently doing. This dude letting that. So, I honestly, God, believe that it's going to be an all-around good E3. I don't know. I'm just getting good vibe from it. I do think Microsoft will hit us with a lot of blasts from the past. We won't see it this year, though. We won't see none of it.
I'll be honest with you. This is the last thing I'll say is that sometimes when you got your back against the wall, that's when you come out swinging. That's when you do your best work. So This might be the best thing that ever happened to Microsoft. Be back into this corner, and they might turn around and snap on everybody and just turn it loose. So I hope that's what happens.
Yeah, because all they need is a couple of nostalgia titles, a Banjo-Kazooie, a Battletoads, and they fine. They ain't even got to do much beyond that. Just something like a Battletoads, a Banjo-Kazooie, a Conker's Furry Day, anything like that announced, a Perfect Dark, anything like that announced, and that will single-handedly help save Microsoft from for flopping. Just one of them.
All that full flop. All of it.
Yeah, that's why I'm not really concerned, because I believe that's going to happen. I believe one of them titles, if not two of them, going to show up. I know Perfect Dark is going to show up. It's just too much fire there, and I believe a Banjo-Kazooie or something like a Battletoads, something like that's going to show up in some form or fashion.
As well as a car.
Yeah, and a car definitely going to show up. That's going to show up. and old dude gonna show up and talk about it. So, but yeah, man. With that being said, enjoyed you guys. Keith, glad you up in the comment section. All the rest of you, the truth. Cornelius, Nia. Who else out here? Dark Sun Rider. Who else is in the comments? Let me see. Got to go back. There's a lot of comments tonight.
Yeah. It was. They kept it.
Phoenix Star 5000. I can't go back. That's as far as I can go.
Tony
back.
McNeil.
McNeil. I missed him.
Paid and paid enthusiast.
Paid enthusiast.
Yeah, he came in a little late, but he's been in here.
All right, cool. So appreciate all y'all down in the comment section and keeping us company, man, keeping it lit. And we will give it at y'all, I guess, next week, because I definitely ain't going to see y'all Sunday. It's too much stress. I will not talk to y'all on no more game nights. I ain't talking to y'all on no more finals weeks games. If it's a finals game, I ain't talking to you.
Well, don't feel bad, because after Sunday, you won't have to worry about it anymore.
TDGK, why you just couldn't let me?
Oh, man. You better accept that truth.
I don't think we're going to. Well, I don't even want to say that. Anyway, till next time, folks. Deuces.